Welcome to this episode of Success Stories. And today I have with me Saraswati Vaidyanathan. Saraswati is currently at School of Law BML Munjal as an assistant professor. थोड़ा सा बोरिंग लग रहा है असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर सुन के, बट लेट मी टेल यू, सरस्वती की जर्नी बहुत ही हैपनिंग रही है. मैं इसे 12 साल से जानता हूँ. शी वॉज अमंग दी फर्स्ट फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ करियर लॉन्चर, शायद उससे भी पहले से जानता हूँ दैट वे. सो क्यों एक्साइटिंग जर्नी रही है? बिकॉज शी टुक अ ड्रॉप, शी वेंट टू एचएनएलयू रायपुर. तो इसमें तो कुछ ज्यादा एक्साइटमेंट नहीं है. एक्साइटमेंट इसके बाद था. इसके बाद शी वेंट टू स्कॉटलैंड फॉर हर एलएलएम फ्रॉम यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ एडिनबर्ग. And then she came back to India, and she has been into the field of research and education for the last 4 5 years. Done several projects. NLU Delhi के साथ प्रोजेक्ट किया है. तो जानते हैं सरस्वती से कि हाउ द लाइफ इज आफ्टर लॉ स्कूल. बट बिफोर दैट, welcome Saraswati. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. It's very good to be back. Feels like a full circle moment. Very, very long back, I started my journey with you, and here we are.
ऑलराइट. तो सबसे पहले ना चालू करते हैं कि क्या करते हो अभी तुम ये स्कूल ऑफ लॉ में असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर. व्हाट डू यू डू देयर? व्हाट डू यू टीच? कैसी लाइफ है?
For the last 2 years, I have been with BML Munjal University. Yahan, I'm an assistant professor with the School of Law, as you mentioned. It's been very exciting. I have been into full-time teaching for about 4 years now. And I think in the 4 years, I have grown and come a long way with teaching as well. Um, People think कि teaching बहुत glamorous नहीं है, but I think I have been enjoying it pretty much. I think I always wanted to be a teacher, so that helps. I wanted to be a teacher even before I became a lawyer and chose to do law. So here at BML, I teach courses on intellectual property law, contract law. I teach elective on artificial intelligence and law. So मेरा area of research जो है वो law and technology पर है. Apart from intellectual property. So I run courses on law and technology. Very exciting times ahead going on as well, and very exciting time ahead with all these emerging technologies.
मुझे तो तुम्हारे फर्स्ट आंसर से ही दो तीन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन समझ में आ रहे हैं. कौन सा पहले पूछूं? लॉ एज अ करियर का पूछूं कि पर्सनल लाइफ से रिलेटेड कोई क्वेश्चन पूछूं?
I think both. आप जैसा भी
चलो
चाहें.
ठीक है, पहले पर्सनल वाला पूछते हैं, टीचिंग के बारे में. ठीक है. सो
हाँ
आई
हाँ.
नो दैट तुम जब एचएनएलयू में थी तब भी यहाँ पर टीचिंग करती थी. एज अ स्टूडेंट यू यूज्ड टू टीच लॉ
Yes.
एंड जीके टू
Yes.
आवर स्टूडेंट्स. So as you said, teaching was always your passion. But in our society, there is a belief कि टीचिंग को थोड़ा सा डाउनग्रेड करके देखते हैं. आयरॉनिकल है, बड़ा आयरॉनिकल है कि हर पेरेंट चाहता है कि उसके बच्चे का टीचर आईआईटी या नेशनल लॉ स्कूल से पास आउट हो. लेकिन जब उसके बच्चे को टीचिंग में जाना होता है तो उसे लगता है नहीं, टीचिंग मत कर. करके थोड़ा आयरॉनिकल है. तो क्या तुम्हें भी ये कभी रेजिस्टेंस फेस हुआ था सोसाइटी से, या मतलब आई नो पेरेंट्स से तो नहीं हुआ था, बट सोसाइटी और फ्रॉम एनी अदर प्लेस?
या आई थिंक जब लॉ डिसाइड किया था तो लॉ के लिए ही काफी रेजिस्टेंस था. आप तो भिलाई में रहे हैं, सो यू हैव सीन भिलाई चेंजिंग इन ऑल दीज इयर्स. Especially because I was taking a drop, it was even more a question. So there were a lot of questions. Gender was a thing. Oh, ladki lawyer ban rahi hai. So these were the challenges. But then when I got into HNLU, I think it was a very different world for me. It has completely changed me as a person in terms of how I looked at life, what life looked like at a law school. You are right. Teaching के लिए मुझे family से तो कभी resistance नहीं मिला because I have teachers in my family. So it's been a very fruitful encouragement from their side. But yes, even today, when you look at teaching as a profession, especially in law as well, because um, the general understanding is that corporate law में बहुत पैसा है. When you enter into law firms, and you are about 22, 23 when you are passing out, and if you are making it to tier 1, tier 2 law firms, you are offered very good money, which academia, even after all these 8 years of post LLM experience, would not offer. Uh, but I think there is, like you said, हम नहीं है तो lawyers बनेंगे ही नहीं ना. तो teachers are a very essential part of that system. For people to go into corporate law firms and earn that kind of money, we need to be here at the back end. And it is a lot of emotional labor apart from what we do in classrooms. So I think uh, I did see a shift in between when COVID was happening. A lot of people were looking at academia a little differently because we had a better work-life balance. We still, I think, to a large extent, academia gives you a better work-life balance. So that is one of the advantages that people are able to see. Um, but
सरस्वती वो वाला पॉइंट ऐसा था कि काफी सारे लोगों ने जॉब लूज किया और वो टीचर्स को देख के जेलस होते थे कि इनकी नौकरी अभी भी है।
correct, correct. Unfortunately, yes.
तो ठीक है
Yes.
क्या एनीवेज सो मैं तुम्हें जब से जानता हूँ एंड आई हैव मेट सेवरल स्टूडेंट्स एवरी ईयर आई हैव रेयरली सीन समवन एज बोल्ड एज यू वेयर जब तुम क्लास 12th में थी तब भी एंड जब तुम एचएनएलयू गई और तब तो हमारा इंटरेक्शन इन अ वे वही रह गया कि तुम आके क्लासेस लेती थी बट एज ए स्टूडेंट तुम क्या कर रही थी ये मुझे नहीं पता। बट जब मुझे पता चलता था किसी और से कि सरस्वती वैद्यनाथन का इमेज क्या है एचएनएलयू में तो आई यूज टू फील सो प्राउड एंड आई रिमेम्बर कि स्टूडेंट्स यूज टू टॉक योर जूनियर्स यूज टू टॉक अबाउट यू इन इन अ वे मुझे बोलना चाहिए इन ऑ। ठीक है सो कैसा रहा तुम्हारा एचएनएलयू में और क्या तुमने ऐसा किया दैट दैट एटलीस्ट दी स्टूडेंट्स जो तुम्हें 4 साल बाद वाले भी स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन यू वर इन फाइनल ईयर फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर के स्टूडेंट भी तुम्हें जानते थे ऐसा क्या किया तुमने वहां एंड पीपल एक और क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे जोड़ दूंगा इस एचएनएलयू वाले पार्ट को हम यही खत्म करें। लोगों को लगता है कि एचएनएलयू में कुछ है नहीं। ठीक है तो इस पे कोई व्यू कि इज इट गुड और बैड।
All right. So I'll take that second question first about HNLU. So when I was preparing for CLAT, you have seen me very closely, right? तो सबको लग रहा था कि मैं NLS aim कर रही हूँ because that was the top law college, then top NLU now. But my aim was to get into an NLU. It didn't matter to me then ki which NLU was it, and I thankfully got into HNLU. And see, the thing is, it is not like कि HNLU में कुछ नहीं है. I spent 5 years there and 5 very formative years of my life. जहाँ पे I was coming from a very small town like Bhilai, which had only so much exposure back then. It has changed now, I hear, and I see some of it as well. But when I went to HNLU, I was this 18, 19-year-old who didn't know much about life. My whole life was about living in Bhilai, going to the schools there, understanding that perspective. HNLU gave me a lot of different perspectives, taught me that two completely different side of arguments can coexist. It made me the lawyer that I am today, and I'm very thankful to the professors I had at HNLU. We all had problems. When I went to HNLU, HNLU was literally 3 blocks, one academic block, 2 hostels, and that's where we started. To now it has expanded much beyond what we imagined. But I think I took your advice very seriously because when I was getting into HNLU, people around me were like, oh, HNLU. And you told me you have gotten into an NLU Saraswati, which not everybody gets into. So, whatever efforts you put in, that is what you will get out of it because a college only does so much at the end of the day. And I think that's is very, very true. Like you said, I put in a lot of effort. Why people knew me in HNLU is a very funny story because I was the one who was making the notes all the time. And everybody was studying from my notes for the exams. And I think it passed on to the juniors as well, and that's how they know me. Uh, I think that is the focus I went with. I was always found in library, so people knew that if Saraswati is not to be found in her room, she would be found in the library. It became a very running joke at some point, and it gave me a lot of leverages. कि हमारे मित्सन के बीच में होली चल रही होती थी. I'd be like, मुझे कलर करोगे तो notes नहीं मिल रहे हैं because I never wanted to play होली. So that is how people knew me in HNLU. Um,
Great.
and um, and this is a question I have been asked that सब मेरे नोट से पढ़ते थे और उनको मुझसे ज्यादा मार्क्स मिल जाते थे and they would be like, oh Saraswati, are you not feeling bad? uh, but no, because I was actually competing with myself. मेरा focus था कि मेरा first semester से 10th semester तक का CGPA should gradually increase, and I achieved it. I was very happy and I learned a lot from HNLU, and I took that a lot of my learnings from HNLU were very helpful in my further journey in law, whether it was my master's in Edinburgh or then further that I have been teaching now. So,
How do we pronounce that?
oh, it's pronounced Edinburgh. I also learned it वहां जब मैं स्कॉटलैंड पहुंची मैं भी एडिनबर्ग से शुरू की थी.
Okay,
Then people were
great,
like, we call it Edinburgh. So we learn, we
great.
keep learning.
Obviously, and that this is for everyone, that we are Indians and we will commit mistakes in the languages that are
Yes,
not naturally coming to us.
yes,
Okay.
languages
अच्छा,
are strength.
yeah. अच्छा, एक चीज during your time in HNLU, were you preparing for teaching life ahead, or it just happened? Obviously, you said that you wanted to be a teacher, but जब कॉलेज में जाते हैं तो you get so much exposure to different things कि उस समय लगता है कि नहीं हम और भी कुछ कर सकते हैं, अच्छा जॉब मिल जाए तो वो कर सकते हैं. तो ये इस समय कैसा था मेंटालिटी? वो व्हाट वर यू एमिंग फॉर कि लाइब्रेरी
Yeah,
में दिन
so
भर बैठे हैं?
हाँ, so मैंने पढ़ाई तो बहुत की, but apart from that, I also followed the law school pattern of internships. I did my litigation internships. I did a clerkship with the Supreme Court judge. I interned in law firms. I think that is very important. Even if at the start of the law school आपको पता होता है आप किस टाइप के लॉयर बनना चाहते हैं या फिर आप क्या करना चाहते हैं लॉ में. मुझे पता था मुझे टीच करना है, but I also did all my internships because this exposure was very necessary for even for me to teach as well. I think in the hindsight, what I would have done differently with respect to my teaching is that कि मुझे job करनी चाहिए थी. I think after my HNLU got over, I did not sit for any placement interviews or I did not even bother applying. I directly applied to a master's in law and I got through in different universities and I chose Edinburgh. But now when I mentor students, I do mentoring for the students, especially who are trying to do their masters. I do tell them कि आप एक दो साल if you can do that, if your circumstances allow you to do that, आपको job करनी चाहिए because that is a very different kind of exposure, which is also very useful on the teaching side to bridge that gap between practice of law and teaching of law. Um, so that is something I would have done differently.
अच्छा, एक चीज बताओ. सो यू हैव स्टडीड इन इंडिया, यू हैव स्टडीड इन स्कॉटलैंड. हाउ डिफरेंट द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ स्कॉटलैंड वाज व्हेन यू कंपेयर इट विद इंडिया? ऑफ कोर्स यू वर परस्यूइंग योर पीजी देन, बट इफ यू हैव टू लुक एट कि कैसे दोनों जगह की पढ़ाई में अंतर है, मतलब इफ यू कैन थ्रो सम लाइट ऑन दैट.
हाँ, सो जब हम एचएनएलयू से निकले थे तो मुझे लगा था मैंने अब दुनिया जान लिया, अब क्या बचा है मेरे पास. आई हैव सो मच एक्सपोजर बिकॉज एचएनएलयू वाज आल्सो प्लेस वेयर पीपल फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर इंडिया वर देयर, राइट? सो योर एक्सपीरियंसेस आर नाउ मोर नुआंस्ड इन दैट सेंस. फिर मैं एडिनबर्ग गई और मुझे कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आया पहले 6 महीने बिकॉज यू आर ट्राइंग टू सेटल डाउन इन अ न्यू कंट्री. यू आर रिलेटिवली वेरी यंग. आई वॉज 24 when I went to Edinburgh, so I hardly knew much about how the country outside works. And the teaching side of it was a slap on my face. मुझे लगा था मैंने इतना टाइम लाइब्रेरी में स्पेंड किया, मैंने इतना आईपीआर पढ़ा है एज माय ऑनर्स पेपर देन, तो मुझे तो काफी कुछ आता है. But the pedagogy that Scotland or outside India it is followed, where मेरी हफ्ते में सिर्फ 2 क्लासेस होती थी, but I was given a reading of about 400 to 500 pages. I don't think all Indian law schools prepare you for that. I was not prepared. That was the downside of HNLU. We were not given these complicated readings to read and then go to the class. We were never reading and going to the class really at HNLU. I'm not sure if that has changed now with all the professors changing. I had some different professors now. Some new professors are there, uh, and it was very very different. It I learned a new way to look at IP law specifically because I was doing all courses on intellectual property. So it was a huge change. It took me about 2-3 months to settle down in that program to understand what was happening. And also the student teacher relationship was very, very different. जैसे यहाँ पे बहुत ही hierarchical था of a student teacher relationship. वहाँ पे I think it was also postgraduate, so it was a little more relaxed. The professors were not behind your lives for you to study. They were like, देखो ये पढ़ के आना था इस क्लास में, आप नहीं पढ़कर आए हैं तो you are at loss because आपको मेरी क्लास समझ में नहीं आएगी. And then I think it was also some kind of peer pressure because I was the only Indian amongst other international students. So there was also to bring your country perspective to the table for which you have to be well read. So it was very, very challenging, very, very different. And I think I brought back a lot of pedagogy to my classroom today from what I learned in Edinburgh then.
आई थिंक कि नहीं चेंज हुआ है इंडिया में, बिकॉज इट मोर देन टीचर्स इट इज ऑल्सो अबाउट दी स्टूडेंट्स एंड पेरेंट्स। एज अ सोसाइटी वी बिलीव कि क्लास में जाएगा और सीखेगा। it is there
Correct,
is nothing like कि pre preparation for the class. So
correct.
even in I believe कि इंडिया में कुछ टॉप इंस्टीट्यूट्स में डेफिनेटली वो चालू हो गया है कि प्री रीडिंग ऑफ द क्लास, एटलीस्ट एमबीए में वो होता था, वो नेसेसरी है। बट मोर ऑफन देन नॉट वो नहीं है, प्री रीडिंग वाला कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम। बट इज इट चेंजिंग? दैट्स व्हाट यू आर इनटू दिस फील्ड, एंड एज यू सेड तुम अपनी क्लासेस में वो चेंजेस ला रहे हो, तो इज इट चेंजिंग एंड आर स्टूडेंट्स एक्नॉलेजिंग और एटलीस्ट रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू द चेंज?
Yes and no. I think the cohort, so I can talk of some NLUs, some private law schools that I have seen and I have heard about, where also professors are now trained from at least one of their degrees is from outside India. So they are able to bring that now to classroom where we are giving out reading. So if I speak about my cohort of colleagues here at BML, all of us are doing that. All of us are bringing readings to the classroom. We are trying to make it more activity based, more active learning is happening. We are using podcasts as a means of reading for students. But with students, it remains a challenge. Also, because now artificial intelligence has come through, everything is Chat GPT and Gemini. So their idea of now reading has shifted from actually reading the text to getting it summarized through Chat GPT. Now, it's not always a bad thing because there are some students from very diverse backgrounds who find it very difficult to get hold of law readings, which can be very heavy. Uh, but students are trying better. I think they are responding to this change because they see that it also helps them back in their internships. They see that it is advantageous, but it always doesn't translate. But from the teacher side of thing, it is definitely changing. I see that a lot of professors I interact with are trying to bring these changes in their classrooms. We are trying to change the examination pattern wherever it is possible. So for example, I do now open book exams, which was a dream in HNLU. uh,
So, there are a couple of more sections that I want to talk about. The
yeah.
one section is about the private law colleges or the law colleges beyond the top 5, 7 NLUs in India. Even now, there is a belief that if you do not get into the top 5, 7 national law schools, there aren't many good institutes in India, and particularly for the private schools, private colleges, there is a belief. There are multiple reasons for that. Fee is definitely one of the factor that law education takes some amount of money, right?
Yes.
Not everybody can afford that. The second is also the belief that there is lack of opportunity for the students after graduating from law school, which is perhaps say private or not among the top 5. सो डू यू सी दीज टू थिंग्स कि ये सही है, या इस पे कुछ बताना चाहो कि अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसी हैं, फीस वाला एंगल? क्योंकि मुद्दा तो है ये, बहुत लॉ की फील्ड में एस्पिरेंट्स इस वजह से नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, ये एक बहुत बड़ा रीजन है।
You are right, absolutely right. So, because we have now more law schools than we actually need, that is the reality of it. That demand supply chain may hai to issue. See, like I said, when I was getting into HNLU wasn't big. Now it has like 10, 12 years later, it has reached a very successful stage, I would say. Now people know HNLU, people know the students from HNLU. Um, so, as far as the national law schools are concerned, yes, some of the national law schools are also inaccessible location wise. बहुत issues हैं लोगों को. Um, Law as a profession, because it also demands 5 years of your time. So the fees has increased from what I studied to now. The fees and the private law schools are then even more costlier. Um, but I think it's not a completely lost cause, I would say. It see also at the end of the day, आप अगर top national law schools में भी हैं, so the major advantage that you get an advantage. I am not going to deny it. It's a privilege. I had that privilege as well when I was even then in HNLU. The name was known enough for me to get into internships because it was a national law school. That remains. That hasn't changed. People still prefer to hire from NLS, Nalsa, NUJS, Jodhpur, which are the top 4, 5, Gandhinagar for that matter. But at the end of the day, it will only get you through the door. Your CV will get through because you are from NLS or Nalsar or any of these top law schools. But if you don't have the substance after that CV in your interview, you will still be rejected. Just because you are from a top national law school does not get you the job. And that is true. So you will find it a little more difficult to put your foot in the door if you are not from these top national law schools. But it is not impossible that you will not get a job at all because you are not from an NLU. A lot of the law firms are also now changing. I was recently having a chat with somebody who was at a partner level at a tier 1 law firm, and they did tell me that कि हम सिर्फ CGPA नहीं देख रहे हैं, हम सिर्फ लॉ स्कूल का टैग अभी नहीं देख रहे हैं. We are also cognizant of the diversity that exists in the field. So fees wise, it is still difficult. But I think a lot of, as far as the private law schools are concerned, they are doing scholarships or merit-based financial help. So that is happening. So that is one way to look at it. I think private schools are not a bad option either because
I think if private schools have better faculty, at least they are putting more
yes,
effort. And
yes,
fees is high because personally, that is my opinion. There are two, three things. Fees is high because most of the law schools only run courses on law,
correct,
right? So they have as much intake of say 200, 300 students, and they have to hire good faculties. They have to give good infrastructure. That is reason number one. Reason number two, if you look around, there is no course which is nowadays you can pursue a degree in say 50, 60,000 or 1 lakh. Even engineering at top colleges cost you in lakhs. So
correct.
वो तो प्रॉब्लम पूरे एजुकेशन का ही है, तो ये लोगों को
Also the
समझना होगा
market.
कि
Yes, yes.
what
And also with respect to private law schools, like for example, the university I am in, we house four schools together: law, liberal studies, management, and engineering. The advantage that the students, when they come to BML, is also that they also interact with other schools. Like for example, as a law professor, I'm offering a course in engineering school at this point. We
oh
also have
great.
engineering people coming to law school, teaching us those technologies which are essential. Say sometimes in understanding patents under intellectual property, you need more science background. So private law schools are able to offer these things because they are not only a law school in isolation. So a lot of private law schools, if you would also look at Jindal, which is now very big, it also has different schools. There are multidisciplinary courses. So
Hmm.
that gives you an edge definitely when you are going out in the market because now you have two perspectives, which is either interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. So we have faculty from liberal studies who come to our law school when we talk about subjects like sociology, psychology, very important when we look at it from a law perspective. So these are the advantages of private law school. They are not lost. People are seeing uh, the worth in it. Yes, it is a lot of money to invest, but but you also get it back. Law thankfully still
Which is
pays. I mean, of
important.
course,
Yeah.
um, the litigation is still not very highly paid. Corporate, so a lot of students, which is why they do go to the corporate law, can't blame them because that is their first ROI in terms of how
So
they can return back this money to their parents or the loans that they have taken.
now this is another thing that I want to talk about. You picked up a field which, according to me, is the field of the future in law. There might be several because I'm not into very depth of the things, but as a layman who reads, what I understand is that technology is something where law will have to play a lot of role, and there are a lot of gray areas right now. Right from OTT platforms to the apps that ask you to bet on cricket or something of that sort. Then there is a Telegram. The entire IPR thing goes into it.
Yes.
So I believe there is a lot of scope in this field. And I mean, if you can just share your views on that.
Yes, absolutely. I think intellectual property was at a nascent stage when I started with this. Now it has come a long way. Now our fights is not about what IP is. Our fight is about how IP sits with these emerging technologies like AI, the other technologies that we have. IP has a role to play. Law largely also, like when we were doing law I think we had limited exposure to understand what looks beyond law school. I have some of my seniors who did their law and did a master's in journalism, and now they are doing legal journalism specifically, which could not have been imagined. A lot of people are doing an MBA now after law and getting
Yeah.
placed in these very big firms. Um, there is now public policy and advocacy which is picking up very fast, also because of these emerging technology privacy issues. So there are a lot of think tanks who are doing specific projects, and law has a big role to play in public policy, which I also didn't know back then. And now that I work on both sides of it, look at public policy perspectives because of these emerging technologies. So there is a lot to do. A lot is happening as well. So, like for example, I can read one newspaper article every day and go talk about it in my class, because that's how fast things are moving. And globally, if we look at how countries are looking at
Do you
things,
think law is evolving at the same pace, or is it able to keep pace with the technology?
no, no, because technology is too fast, which is why law is definitely lagging behind. Um, but I think right now we are at a decent pace where possible है कि हम अभी भी काफी कुछ संभाल सकते हैं. So, but the countries, which is why globally, if you look at it, a lot of new laws are coming up to deal with these new technologies. How do we look at IP? How do we look at privacy concerns? हम इतने apps use करते हैं, हमारा इतना data collect होता है. But if you look at it from India perspective, थोड़ा difficult है. Digital literacy is not at pace with how many people have smartphones. So that is a challenge I think states are looking into seriously as well. So these discussions are happening, which is very heartening to see. Ki people are recognizing that these are challenges and we need to look at them when we talk law, because
This is where people like you who are into the field of academics in law, I believe, will play a crucial role in the coming days. You never know. I mean, you may be contributing in the policy making later on, 4 5 years down the line. I don't know, but this is why academics is so very important, particularly in the
absolutely,
fields like law and humanities. It's important
absolutely.
everywhere.
No, but this is something I tell my students as well. Like, even if you are going to go take corporate law and go practice it, you always have the opportunity to come back to classrooms. Law schools are always happy to have their students come back in the form of speakers. And I think people should do that. Academics should not be taken as unseriously as it is, because as a profession, आई मीन पीपल टेल मी कि वो आपको तो समर वेकेशन मिलता है तो आपका तो अच्छा चल रहा होगा. बट समर वेकेशन में भी हमें पढ़ाई तो करनी पड़ती है, हम नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे होते हैं. लाइक एकेडमिया इज अ full time profession in the sense that I'm always reading. Because if I have to go speak for a 2 hour lecture, I need to know much more than for 2 hours to be able to speak for 2 hours. And then we have these questions from the students, which is not always like we always don't know what is coming at us. So we also take a step back and tell them कि हाँ ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर मुझे भी नहीं पता है एज अ प्रोफेसर. आई विल ऑल्सो हैव टू गो बैक एंड रीड एंड कम बैक टू यू. सो इट इज नॉट glamorous, yes, absolutely, but without it you cannot also exist. I mean, academia is the starting point and ending point of it all in that
वर्क
sense.
वर्क तो कोई भी ग्लैमरस नहीं होता अगर एक नजरिए से देखें तो मतलब
Correct.
आई रियली बिलीव कि जो कॉर्पोरेट लॉ में जा रहे हैं दोज आर वर्किंग फॉर 12 14 आवर्स, दैट्स व्हाट आई हैव हर्ड. काफी सारे
Yes,
लोगों को रात में वहीं सोना पड़ता है. आई डोंट नो इफ दैट इज ग्लैमर इन द टेलीविजन. ऑफ कोर्स इट इज ग्लैमरस, बट इन टेलीविजन इवन टीचिंग लुक्स ग्लैमरस. ठीक है.
that's true.
सो
That's true.
so
Yeah.
it is just the way you look at it. That is how it is. I mean, you need to make out it whether it is lab. I mean, the best part about teaching, which I like, is that I get to meet new people every day.
Yes, it is very fulfilling to see the students through a full phase of life, because we also meet them outside classrooms. We are mentoring them on not only academics but different, like they come to us with their life issues. There are multiple things are going on. So, especially in a residential campus, you see the growth right happening right in front of you. Though you see that 5 year change that has happened in a student. I think. I think it has worked out very beautifully for me, Touchwood. I have gotten very good mentors, one of them being you. I have been, like you said, I've known you since 2010 now. So very, very long time of, I have come back to you all the time with my life issues. And thankfully, I have had good professors who also encouraged me then to take up this profession. Two of my primary school teachers are my main reason why I'm here today as a teacher. I continue to be in touch with them. They taught me in Sector 5 English Medium Middle School. Uh, Archana ma'am and Sheeja ma'am, they still are a very big part of my life. So I think law as a profession is difficult. Whatever you choose, whether you're doing public policy, corporate law, academia, it is difficult. And I think students need to be cognizant of it, what they are stepping into, because it's not easy. Law school is not easy. It was not easy then. It is not even easy now. अगर मुझे आज कोई क्लैट लिखने बोल दे, I would be like,
No.
thank you very much. I will not be able to compete at that level. So the pressures definitely have increased from my time to now. Um, but thankfully, law schools have also now become spaces जहाँ पे mental health की बातें seriously हो रही हैं. हमें कोई नहीं सुन रहा था when we were saying, oh, कल का exam है, I'm so anxious. So I'm like, हाँ, exam है, लिखो. But now teachers are also more cognizant. They are also taking care of these things. So these things have improved and they are changing as we speak.
So, there are so many things to talk about, right? But we will end here. It has been such a nice 20-25 minutes talk with you. और आई एम श्योर कि जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो एस्पायर कर रहे हैं उनको एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव मेरे को देना था कि टीचिंग एंड रिसर्च के बारे में, बिकॉज देयर इज आई बिलीव लॉट ऑफ options opportunities available in
Yes.
this field. So thank you so much for being here, Saraswati, and मजा आ गया बात करके.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. You have always been very kind to me, and I take that as a privilege that I have in my life. Thank you so much for having me here.
Welcome.